Fucking plug it in. Can't hear him. Are we on? Just give us a countdown, Azza. Welcome live inside the New Canaan High School Gymnasium for some girls basketball action. The first of two of a doubleheader in this rivalry weekend between the New Canaan Rams and the Darien Blue Wave. Hello, everybody on on NCTV with DAF. Myself, PJ Neville, next to me, Owen Heffron, and hopefully soon we'll be joined by Ryan Bell. But Owen, we got a great matchup on hand today. What can you tell us about the Wave?
Yeah, and I mean, what a rivalry, Darien versus New Canaan. Always the best of the best. Darien, it's been an interesting season. They started 6-2. Now they've dropped 5 straight to drop to 6-7 on the year. They're going up against a 7-7 New Canaan Ram team. PJ, they're going to try to snap that streak tonight, and I think it starts at the hands of the point guard, Captain Tess Hagney. She manages the floor very well, can also hit the 3-ball, shoot from range. Going to be watching number 22 for Darien tonight.
Yeah, and so, like you mentioned it, the Blue Wave 6-7 and the Rams 7-7. So this is a huge matchup for both playoff implications for FCXN states, just for seeding, and also for FCX if you're going to make it or not. So this is a big one, and of course you always want to beat your rival. For the Rams to get it done tonight, you've got to look to, first of all, the point guard, Lucy Detmer, Eliza Lorenz, and then Sabrina Borlotsky. Those are really the big three for the Rams that I think are going to get it done. We're going to send it down to the court for the national anthem.
Rams head coach, Kim Palmer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will everyone please stand for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
we welcome you back to New Canaan High School, and we got Ryan Bell walking in now, our third announcer. He'll be joining us up here shortly, but moments away from the opening tip. Owen, any final thoughts before we get into this one?
No, I mean, I think we should have a good, evenly matched game. I know, like I mentioned in the intro, Darien been kind of on a skid recently, and there's no tougher team to play against. I mean, I know I mentioned the records, but the rivalry games, you can always really throw those records out the window.
Definitely.
I think what Darien is lacking and the New Canaan has is a little bit of size, so look out for some paint play for New Canaan and then some long balls for Darien.
Yeah, so you talk about Darien skid. The Rams on a 2-game win streak, a 50-26 win against Brian McMahon on the road, and then on the road again over West Hill, 39-15. Ryan, welcome up here.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be here, Peach. Thanks.
Yeah. So we're about underway here. The tip won by the Blue Wave. It will trickle out of bounds, and I think we're getting another one. So maybe not. I don't know. Yep, no, we are. So another tip once again. It's going to be Emily Montesano for the Blue Wave and Lucy Detmer for the Rams. That one won by the Rams this time. It was Detmer winning it out to Lorenz. Here's Lorenz at the point. She'll give it off to Detmer. Now in the paint, Dakota outside. Borlotsky couldn't handle the pass. It's going the other way.
Yeah, that was just a little too strong there. I mean, Talia Cota, one of the seniors, on this Rams team. Not a ton of experience for New Canaan, so, seniors are going to play a big part in this one.
So that one outside to Nolan. Now it's back with Hagney. Tess Hagney, the captain, taking her time outside. That one blocked away in traffic by the Rams. Now a little bit of a leak out pass. Here's Lucy Bench with the layup, and she puts it in. The first points of the game come at the hands of the Rams.
A nice run and gun there from New Canaan, and Bench, one of the star players for New Canaan, expecting to have a big one tonight.
The pass from the Blue Wave. That one a bad pass off the hands of Mary-Kate Nolan, just a freshman. It's going to be a backcourt violation. The Rams will take over possession here.
Yeah, this is a very young Darien team. The only two seniors are the two captains, Tess Hagney and Elise Hull. They've been the main scorers for Darien this year. These underclassmen are going to have to step it up.
Here's Detmer up top. Detmer swings it over to Lorenz. Lorenz back to Detmer. Here comes Detmer on the drive. She gives it out to Bench. Now Cota in the post. Cota double teamed. She'll give it out to Lorenz. Now outside, Borlotsky from 3. She's got it! Sabrina Borlotsky, the sophomore, puts it in from the corner, and the Rams take a 5-0 lead.
Big 3 there from Borlotsky, one of the sharp shooters of this New Canaan team. Expect a lot of open looks for her tonight if she buries that one.
Here's Hagney. That one missed by Detmer. She was trying to get that. Now a deep 3 to answer back, and that one comes up short. Now here's Nolan from outside. Nolan shot that one off the back of the rim. Blue Wave get the rebound. As here's cutting. That was Hamilton, and Hamilton puts it up for the Blue Waves' first points of the game. Now here's Detmer in the backcourt. She'll give it over to Lorenz. Here's Lorenz from 3. That one off target. It's picked up by Bench. Out to Borlotsky. Borlotsky with a pump fake. Now a mid-range from her, and that one comes up short. It'll be Blue Wave ball.
Going back to that last bucket, it was a great assist from Elise Hull, giving it away to Hamilton with a nice cut to the basket. Elise Hull really works well in the paint, and she showed off great vision there as well.
Here's Hagney up top. She'll take her time and survey her options. Now she'll send it down low, and that pass is picked off by Borlotsky. Here she comes the other way. She'll give it out to Bench. Now to Detmer up top. Detmer splits the double, and we got a foul on the floor. And New Canaan will have an inbound under their own hoop.
Also known as
I don't know. Can you tell me?
blob.
A blob, really? I've never heard of
baseline
it.
out of bounds, that is what it's called.
Huh.
Yeah.
Here's Detmer up top. Detmer with the floater, and she puts it in. Lucy Detmer giving the Rams back a 5-point lead. Now here's Hagney. She'll swing it outside to Hamilton. Hamilton sends one up from deep. Looked like it got tipped by Lorenz. I think they're going to say that's out of bounds off New Canaan, and Darien will get a little bit of a lucky inbound under their own hoop. Here's Nolan. Nolan finds Montesano on the cut, but It's quickly stolen away by the Rams. Here's Borlotsky. She'll push the pace up to Lorenz. Lorenz gives it back out to Borlotsky. Here's Coda in the post. Out to bench. Now in the corner with Detmer. Detmer from the corner, and she's got it. Lucy Detmer with the 3. And the Rams take a 10-2 lead, not even 3 minutes into it.
It's hot shooting from New Canaan right now with aggressive looks, finding those open corners and open wings. And, if it stays like this, it's going to be a long night for Darien.
It's a lot of quick passes, too, from the Rams, and the Waiver late to get to their assignments and push out. And that's something that we're going to have to look out for, and the Waiver going to have to make adjustments now, down 10-2 early.
So Darien, Owen, like you mentioned in the open, they're trying to snap that losing streak, but it seems like this cold play has just trickled into the start of this game as well. And New Canaan, like I mentioned, a little bit hot. And they're just coming out firing. As both teams break the huddle, it'll be Darien to inbound. Here's the freshman, Mary-Kate Nolan. She'll give it off to Hagney. And New Canaan quick with the press. They're trying to trap in the full court, it seems, as a deep pass. That one taken away by Coda. It was stolen from the captain, Elise Hole. Now here's Detmer from the top of the key. That one comes up short. It'll be out of bounds, and Darien inbound upcoming. Here comes Darien. It's Hagney from the point. She'll send it inside to Hamilton. Hamilton back out to Hagney, and she gets blocked while trying to go up for a layup. Now from the corner, it's Nolan. That one too strong. They'll say it was last touched by Coda, and it'll be a Darien inbound. It's Hamilton to send it in for the Blue Wave. She'll give it out to Middleton in the corner. Now up top with Hagney. Here's Hamilton from deep. Hamilton banks it in.
Fields alert.
She got all 5 points on the day for the Blue Wave, as here comes a streaking Detmer. Detmer up for the layup. That one looked like she couldn't get it through some traffic. And here's Hole. She'll give it up to Hagney. Now it's Middleton. Nico Middleton, the sophomore, gets her pass tipped by Borlotsky as Coda settles it down in the backcourt for the Rams. Now with Lorenz. Lorenz out to the corner to Detmer in the post with Coda. Back out to Lorenz. Lorenz to the corner. Detmer. Detmer puts it up on the floater. That one just comes up short. Now out in the corner with Lorenz. And Lorenz, that one just off the mark for the Rams, but she'll get her own rebound. Put it up and one. Eliza Lorenz. And the Rams just so ferocious on the offensive end. They don't take no for an answer, Ryan.
Yeah, great job from Lorenz there. Following up her shot, you miss it off the front iron, go back, have him draw a little contact, lay it up and in, and one. This is a great start from New Canaan. I'd say the most aggressive I've seen this team this year.
Here's Lorenz to complete the and one. She will. As it'll be Hamilton now for the Blue Wave. Up top with Hagney. Oh, she breaks an ankle. It's Tess Hagney. Not actually. That would be a problem if she did. But
yeah, that's great.
Still a good move by her.
If they were to.
Yeah, yeah.
We talked about Tess Hagney managing the floor. She can also ball handle pretty well. We saw it right there. And she obviously looks a little tired and is upset after the turnover and the deep in New Canaan end.
Here's Borlotsky now. She'll pull it out, give it off to bench. Now Lorenz up top, off to Detmer. Detmer draws a double. She'll give it out to Lorenz now to Detmer up top. And Hagney thought that she had stolen that one, but referee's got a foul on her, and Darien will go to their bench once again. New Canaan doesn't really go to their bench that much, at least in the first quarter. Coach Kim Palmer typically lets the starters stay out there for a quarter, build up a little bit of a lead, and then she'll kind of cycle in that bench a little bit.
Yeah.
As here's Detmer out to the corner. Lorenz, that one a little too strong. As it'll be picked up by Middleton up to Hagney. Tess Hagney off to Hole. Elise Hole with a good pump fake. She'll give it out to Middleton. Now it's back with Hagney on the wing. She'll swing it out to Montesano. Montesano gets that one stripped. Here comes Detmer. Lucy Detmer through contact. She'll draw the foul and go to the line for 2.
Great take there. You know, I think Detmer especially, but, you know, everyone else on New Canaan, you know, I keep kind of saying it, but it's the aggressiveness, right? If you're going to get a steal or, you know, something in transition, go to the basket, take a little contact on the way up. New Canaan doing a great job of that so far.
So here's Detmer at the line, the first of 2. And that one just off the back iron, as both sides will get a little bit of a sub. Detmer goes to the line for her second on the day. New Canaan subbed out the captain, Natalia Cota. Here's Detmer, that one off the mark once again. Too strong from Detmer, as now it's in the corner with Bench. Bench settles it down, gives it out to Detmer. Detmer on the floater, and she's got it. Lucy Detmer is on fire today for New Canaan.
Yeah, the Detmer game here, PJ. I mean, if we keep this up, it could be almost a 20 bomb.
Is that one strikes from deep? It's Nico Middleton, the sophomore. And Darien trying to get right back into this game. Here's Borlotsky off to Bench. Bench in the backcourt. She'll move it across the midline now. It's Coca over. Here's Bench up top. Now with Lorenz over to Borlotsky. Borlotsky will settle it down to Lorenz. Eliza Lorenz from deep, and that one is nothing but net for the Rams. Lorenz and Detmer, the 2 guards for the Rams, on fire tonight. We'll be up top with Middleton for the Blue Wave, and she'll have that one stolen away. It's Lorenz hustling it down, but Avery Capola, the sophomore, will get on top of it first to keep possession for the Wave. Here's Natalie Brooks, the freshman, off to Capola. Now Capola driving. That one's blocked by Lorenz. They're going to say off of Lorenz, and it'll be Darien ball on the inbound under their own hoop.
Well, in the open for this one, PJ, I expected a lot more in the paint play from the Rams, but we're seeing a lot of 3 balls on both sides, really, and they're shooting the lights out.
Shot clock
Up top with Middleton's shot clock winding down. She'll have to chuck one up. That one off the backboard, no good. And it will be going the other way. Here comes Detmer for the Rams. Lucy Detmer drives inside, kicks it out to Coca. Now outside with Lorenz. Lorenz with the mid-range shot. That one off the mark. I think they got an over the back on Detmer. Yeah, over the back on Lucy Detmer for the Rams as New Canaan goes to their bench a little bit more. Coming in is Lulu Valente and Amaya Huja in place of Lucy Bench and Lucy Detmer. So on the inbound, it'll be Nico Middleton for the Blue Wave. She'll take this one up. Middleton uses the screen. Now Coca switched on to her. Driving inside, it's Hole draws the foul on Borlotsky, and she'll go to the line for 2. Captain Elise Hole, if I'm not mistaken, was also the goaltender for the girls' soccer team for the Blue Wave during the fall. Played a phenomenal game against New Canaan in the FCAC. I believe it was quarterfinals.
Yeah, an athletic family too. Older brother Merritt playing baseball at Lafayette. He's a freshman there.
It's Hole's first one off the mark. She'll still have one more as referee gives it to her. That one up and good from Hole, her first points on the day. And I think we'll get a timeout here with 40.2 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, this first quarter, especially for New Canaan, great start. I mean, you know, 18 points is something that they're normally achieving midway through a second quarter. So to have it, you know, with still 40 seconds left to go in the first is testament to how good this offense has been playing, especially the ball movement and the attacking of the rim we've seen.
Yeah, Ryan, we did a radio broadcast for their game against Wilton, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And they might have had 18 at halftime,
Yeah.
maybe even less. It was not the best offensive showing from the Rams in that one, but this one might be their best offensive showing of the season so far. And Owen, what do the Blue Wave have to do to kind of slow them down and get some stops on defense?
Well, I think it's simple. They look to me like they're not following the girls that they should be guarding. I mean, man-on-man defense has not been working for Darien, and they're getting confused when they have to switch. The double teams aren't working well, and they need to get around the perimeter a lot faster and clear out there than they've been doing thus far.
So it's Lorenz bringing it up off to Borlotsky, back to Lorenz. She'll give it to Borlotsky through the off-ball screen. Now, Lorenz over to Borlotsky. We've seen this one before. She'll swing it out. Here's Ahuja. Ahuja off to Valente up top. Lorenz driving inside. She'll give it out to Borlotsky. Shot clock winding down. Borlotsky will lose it. She'll get it right back. Just 5 seconds left on the clock now. Here's Coco with just a second left. That one off the bottom of the rim and out. Now just 3 seconds left in the quarter. She'll chuck one up. That one comes up short. And your score after one is 18-9 in favor of the New Canaan Rams, who have been on fire offensively tonight. Defensively, they've been sound as well.
Indeed, PJ.
So, Ryan, you've seen the Rams so far. I mean, just on fire, shooting it from outside. And a game plan like that might not be necessarily, I don't know what the word is, but good to just keep on just chucking up shots like my Villanova Wildcats once did under Kyle Neptune.
Yeah, great coach,
But
right?
I beg to differ. But, you know, a game plan like that might not be the best throughout the course of a game. So what do you think the Rams need to do to kind of get some more inside opportunities?
Well, I think it looked a little better, towards the end of the quarter, what we just saw. I think they're trying to start to at least push into the paint rather than get those outside looks. But, you still have the opportunity to get those outside shots because Darien's closing hard on those three-pointers, and that's going to give you the opportunity to drive in for a layup or try and kick it out again and just keep the good times rolling.
And Owen, the Blue Wave, getting production from really the likes of Emma Hamilton and Nico Middleton. What do you think they need to do to kind of get some more other players involved?
Yeah, well, I mentioned Tess Hagney is a sharpshooter. Emma Hamilton is definitely one as well. She's got a 3 in that first quarter. I think that we need to see Darien get a little more physical, maybe around the perimeter, set some screens, get some motion going, and get those girls open around the 3-point arc.
The pass from the freshman Nolan gets taken away by Detmer, but going right back for the Rams as Hagney goes up for one. She'll get fouled and go to the line for 2. The captain, Tess Hagney, for the Blue Wave. Had the opportunity for an and one, but could not convert on the layup. She'll have 2 shots at the line. Hagney, I will say, she's got some good shoes on there.
Like
She
shoes?
sinks the first one, yeah. She's got, what was that one, like blue and purple,
Yeah,
and then one of them
blue
is
and
like,
the yellow, orange, lemon lime,
yeah.
like the Max Volanakis kind of lemon lime, like the neon.
that one up and off the mark from Hagney, so she'll go 1 for 2 from the line. As Borlotsky gives it to Lorenz on the wing. Lorenz will settle it down, guarded by Hagney. Now it's Detmer out to Lorenz. Now Coda up top. Coda out to Detmer. Detmer defended by the freshman Nolan. Now she'll give it out to Bench. Here comes Borlotsky. Borlotsky gives it back down low to Bench. Now here's Borlotsky with a deep 3. That one off the mark. Rebound will come at the hands of Hagney. She'll stretch it up to Nolan. We've got a foul on the floor on Sabrina Borlotsky for the Rams. Second foul on Borlotsky. 2 team fouls within a minute of the quarter, which you get to 5, and Darien's in the double bonus. So New Canaan want to play maybe a little clean for at least a couple more minutes in the second quarter. Here's Hagney with a shot from outside. Looked almost like Jabbar with the hook shot.
Good reference.
Here's Lorenz driving inside. Eliza Lorenz, that one off the mark, but the rebound comes from her teammate Natalia Coda. Now Bench in the mid-range, that one off the mark as well. Hull gives it up to Hamilton. Now Hagney can't control the pass. This one's going to New Canaan here. As Darien gets a substitution. On comes Dianoso in place of Emily Montesano, a sophomore, for a sophomore for the Blue Wave. Here's Lorenz bringing it up for New Canaan. She'll give it out to Borlotsky. Borlotsky over to Koda. Here comes Koda on the drive. Natalia Koda puts that one up and in. The captain of the Rams. Here's Elise Hull. She'll give it off to her co-captain Hagney. Now with Hamilton back off to Hagney. Hamilton up top for the Blue Wave. Off to the freshman Nolan. Here comes a driving Mary-Kate Nolan, and that one blocked by Sabrina Borlotsky. Blue Wave gonna have an inbound after that was last touched by the Rams. Now that one in the corner with Hagney. That one just off the mark from her, a little too short. As Hagney gives one over the top to Hamilton. Now a pass intercepted on the inside by Detmer. Detmer driving in. She draws contact and gets the layup to go.
Great drive there from Detmer. That's that defense to offense transition we've seen a couple times this game for the Rams and propelling them to this 12-point lead.
Here's Bench defending on. That was Hull. Can't get the layup to fall. They're going to say last touched by New Canaan once again. And it's going to be a Darien inbound as Borlotsky, the star of the show so far for the Rams, comes out in place of Maeve Driscoll. Now it'll be up top with Middleton. Middleton gives it off to Hull. Back up top with Hagney. That one almost intercepted by Lorenz. Up top with Tess Hagney once again. Hagney through some contact. That one just a little too hard off the backboard. So here's Detmer bringing it up the floor for the Rams. Detmer drives down. She'll step out, and Detmer just a little too strong off the backboard as well for the Rams. Here's Hagney bringing it up. She'll drive through, swing it outside. Middleton from deep. That one just off the mark. Rebound from Hull, and she'll get the and one. Elise Hull, the captain of the Blue Wave, gets the and one. Trying to cut the Blue Wave lead. Jeez, down to 9 with this free throw.
You know, we mentioned Elise Hull being good inside the paint, and she's really the only one on Darien that's stepped up close to underneath the basket. Darien, nice rebound here.
Yeah, battle for the rebound, won by Hull. Now out in the corner with Nolan. That one just off the mark. Darien was trying to complete the 5-point play, but unable to do so. Here comes Detmer up top. She'll stop on a dime. Was thinking about a shot. Instead, swings it out to Koda. Here comes Koda down the lane. Natalia Koda gives it back out to Detmer. Detmer out to Driscoll. Driscoll to Koda at the top of the key. Koda swings it out to Lorenz. Lorenz now in the corner with Bench. Bench through a screen up to Detmer. Detmer at the top of the key. 6 seconds. Detmer finger roll layup. That one off the mark. So here comes Elise Hull pushing the pace for the Blue Wave. Hull goes up with one. Driscoll comes down with it for the Rams. Maeve Driscoll settling things down up top. She'll give it to Lorenz. Now outside with Koda. Detmer off to Lorenz in the corner. Lorenz will settle things down. Now a shot from the wing. That one off the mark from 3-point range. It'll be Hagney bringing it up for the Blue Wave. She'll give it off to Middleton. Here's a sophomore, Nico Middleton, for the Blue Wave. She'll cut through, have that one stolen away. Here's Driscoll, the 2-on-1 for the Rams. Maeve Driscoll goes up through some contact. Detmer comes down with the offensive rebound. She can't get it on the putback layup. And it'll be Nico Middleton going the other way for the Blue Wave. Now up high. That was Hagney off to Hull. Hull swings it outside to Mary-Kate Nolan. That one blocked in some traffic. We've got a call on the floor. Looks like we got a foul on, I think, Lucy Bench for the Rams. Yes, it will be. Some substitutions come in for both sides. Darien brings off Dionisio. Middleton and Nolan. Meanwhile, the Rams bring off Lucy Bench in place of Ellie Ivanov. Here's Hagney up top. She'll swing it across to Capola. Capola just off the bench. She'll miss that three. Ivanov will grab it in the corner for the Rams. Her pass gets tipped. She'll give it out to Detmer. As Detmer brings it over for the Rams. She'll drive down the lane, swing it out to Lorenz in the corner. Lorenz up top to Coda. Now here's Ivanov. Ivanov over to Lorenz. Lorenz settles things down on the wing. Up top now with Detmer. Detmer off to Ivanov. Ivanov with a pump fake up top. She'll go in the post down the lane, and that one on the layup. Ellie Ivanov gets it to go for New Canaan.
Yeah, nice basket there from Ivanov. Little pivot and follow through with the layup off the glass. And nice job by New Canaan when the subs come in, make a little impact.
Detmer looking like a cornerback on that one, breaking up the pass. Saw that one a lot in the 2 football games this fall. I think we got a timeout coming from Coach Stephanie Runes of the Blue Wave side. And the Rams with a 24-12 lead. 2 minutes left to go in the first half, the second quarter. And Owen, what did the Blue Wave need to do to really get back into this one? Because they have not had virtually any offense in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think it's simple. I mean, the defense has definitely stepped up this quarter. We saw the Rams hit 18 points in the first quarter. Now they've only scored 6 through 6 minutes in the second. But I think they just got to hit their shots. I think there's a lot of missed opportunities they're having, especially with Tess Hagney. She's running the give-and-go game very well, giving it off, sneaking through crevices, finding herself open in the corners. We've seen that a couple times, and the passes aren't able to connect. You can see players are visibly frustrated at that, and the plays that Coach Runis is drawing up are working quite well. It's just the execution on Darien's part. These are shots that they hit every single day in practice. It's just making the effort of capitalizing on them in a game setting.
So both teams break the huddle here. It's just 2 minutes to go to halftime. Darien trying to claw their way back into this one, and you got a quick little 6 or 8 point run, and you're right back in this game.
Yep.
Especially going into the second half of a rivalry, anything can happen.
Yes.
This is the Blue Wave gonna inbound this one underneath their own hoop. It's gonna be Hamilton on the inbound. She'll give it out to Hagney. Now with Hole up top. Elise Hole out. She was trying to find Capola. That one's stolen away by Lorenz. Lorenz on the layup and one. Eliza Lorenz. She gets it to drop, and I just said you got a 6 or 8 point run for Darien, and you're right back in this one. A 6 or 8 point run for the Rams, and that one could really almost do it in for Darien. So
yeah,
definitely a tale of 2 sides here. As Lorenz goes to the line.
Switch the flip.
Well, Lorenz has really been doing it from everywhere on the court. That's the second time she's finished on a foul and completed the free throw afterwards, and she's got herself a long 3-pointer in this game as well.
So here's Hagney up top, down 15 out of the Blue Wave. Got to get something going here. Is that pass tipped away by Lorenz? Lorenz ferocious on the press, trying to create another turnover for the Rams as that shot from deep just off the mark. The rebound from Hole, and she'll get it to go. The offensive rebound from the captain, Elise Hole. She's getting those gritty inside points and really making a difference for the Blue Wave. Here's Coda outside off to Driscoll, back to Coda. Natalia Coda on the wing. You normally see her in the paint, but she's playing a little bit more outside here as Driscoll. Her shot just off the mark. Coda with the rebound kind of out to Driscoll. Driscoll's mid-range shot off the mark. They'll say last touched by the Blue Wave as the Rams get a substitution. Detmer and Coda come out in place of Lily Somers and Lisa Malazzi as well for the Blue Wave. Montesano comes out in place of Dionisio. Here's Driscoll on the inbound. She'll give it out to Ivanov. Ivanov out to Somers from outside. That one off the mark, but it's a pass to Malazzi, and she just puts it up and in.
Yeah, just how it was drawn up there, PJ.
Yeah.
You know, the old shot fake pass layup, as I like to call it. Shot SFPL.
Yeah, is
SFPL?
that you're coining that term?
SFPL, sure. Shot.
SFPL. As the pass from the Blue Wave tipped by Malazzi. Now going up for it was, I believe, Hole, but She'll get fouled on that one. Go to the line for 2. New Canaan now, the Blue Wave now in the double bonus with 46.6 left to go in the half. Hole's first shot up and good. Yeah, that was a good switch.
That was some nylon right there.
Second of 2 for the captain, Hole. This one up and also rolls in for Hole. Got a little bit of a lucky bounce there as Somers will inbound it for the Rams. 45 seconds left to go in the first half. It'll be Lorenz bringing it up. Off to Driscoll. Driscoll settles it down. Trying to find the captain, Somers, for New Canaan. Somers off to Lorenz. Lorenz will take her time. 20 on the shot clock. She'll take a screen from Ivanov. Send it to her on the fade. Now outside with Somers. Somers down to Malazzi in the post. Lisa Malazzi out in front. Here's Somers. Oh, she was trying to find someone in the corner, but no one's home for the Rams. Is now 16.4 left to go in the first half. Blue Wave with one last opportunity. Try and get some points on the board. Down 13.
You would think they're going to try a 3-ball as well here.
So here's Hamilton bringing it up for the Blue Wave. She'll give it out to Hagney. Now up top with Capola out in the corner. Hamilton shot that one.
Great call, Owen.
Nothing but net. Owen, yeah, great call.
Great job.
As 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Driscoll will send one up. Oh, just off the mark.
Oh.
The Blue Wave cut the New Canaan lead down to 10 right before the half. Here at New Canaan High School. Don't go anywhere. We have a phenomenal second half coming up for you on NCTV. We're going to send it to our sponsors now.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Are you planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store. Go Rams! We thank Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our gold sponsor Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town, serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud supporter of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. We'd like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. We thank our new gold sponsor, Levco. Levco is the premier provider of fuel, oil, propane, and HVAC solutions, serving thousands of homeowners across Fairfield and New Haven County. For the last 45 years, Levco has proudly served the residents of New Canaan with efficient and cost-effective fuel deliveries, expert heating service, cooling service, and equipment replacement. Known for rapid emergency response, competitive fuel prices, and safe, reliable deliveries that keep homes comfortable year-round, Levco is the trusted choice for keeping your home safe and comfortable. We thank gold sponsor Carnegie Prep, who, since 1986, has offered academic support for students and families in Fairfield County. Carnegie Prep prepares students to meet the challenges of standardized testing, academic classes, and college admission. We also thank Gold sponsor New Beauty and Wellness, a state-of-the-art luxury medical spa right here in town. They offer a broad range of skin, body, and medical services. Call for a consultation today. And we thank new Gold sponsor Wendy Wernerberg of the Hanlamore Kaplan team at William Ravis Real Estate. You can count on them to assist you with all of your real estate goals. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!
We welcome you back live inside the New Canaan High School Gymnasium for the start of the second half here from the Gymnasium in this rivalry matchup between the Rams and the Blue Wave, and New Canaan Rams right now leading by a score of 29-19 here on NCTV. Of course, a joint broadcast between us and DAF Media. And Owen, I'm going to start with you. The Blue Wave down 10. They had a few kind of clutch plays down at the end of that first half. What do you think they got to do to get back into this one?
Yeah, well, I touched on it at the end of the first half. Just making the open shots. They're having the opportunities. The defense definitely looked better in that second quarter than from the first, so they'll look to continue that trend up. But then also getting Tess Hagney more involved. She's only got 1 point, and more importantly, only 4 girls from Darien have put the ball through the hoop. When you look at the 7 for New Canaan, that's not only getting your best player in Tess Hagney involved, but getting the whole rest of the team involved only makes someone like Hagney or Elise Holt even more threatening on the hardwood.
And Ryan, for you, the Rams up by 10, and they were absolutely dominant during that entire first half. What do you think they got to do to keep up that?
Yeah, I mean, the shooting was on fire in the first half, so you got to, continue that along with the drives and the aggressiveness because, if you're going to get sent to the free throw line, I think odds are going to say you're going to win that game more times than not, just sending people there and getting drives like that one.
Lucy Detmer on the drive, that one just off the mark as Natalia Cota gets the offensive rebound for the Rams. Now a little bit of a scrum for the ball. Hagney comes out with it for the Blue Wave. She'll settle things down up top, send it out to the corner. The freshman, Mary-Kate Nolan, she gets it to go. Nolan with the three-pointer, and that'll cut the Ram lead down to 7. Here's Detmer as the Rams break the press. Detmer gives it out to Lorenz. Lorenz thought about a shot, decided to give it back up top to Detmer. Detmer will settle things down out to Borlotsky. Borlotsky from deep trying to answer back. That one, an offensive rebound by Cota. Now in the corner with Lorenz. Lorenz off to bench on the give and go. Here's Lorenz. Is that one a bad pass from the Rams? Looked like Cota couldn't handle it. And it'll be Blue Wave ball as the Rams get into the full court press, looking to trap the Blue Wave, it seems like. Here's Hagney. She'll give it up to Hamilton. Hamilton back to Hagney. Tess Hagney, the captain, off to the freshman Nolan. As Nolan from deep, she's got it to go once again. Mary-Kate Nolan, the freshman, cuts the New Canaan lead down to 4 off of 2 3-pointers to start off the second half. Detmer's layup is off the mark. It'll be an offensive rebound by Bench. Bench up top to Lorenz as Coach Kim Palmer takes a timeout for New Canaan. And Mary-Kate Nolan with 6 straight to open up the second half for the Blue Wave, and it's a whole new ball game, Owen.
Yeah, the younger sister of the former captain, Mackenzie Nolan, she came out of that long break firing literally, and now the lead only 4, just a couple baskets away, this Blue Wave team, from tying this one up. And New Canaan's still getting some open looks. They're just not making the shots right underneath the basket that they were making throughout the course of this game so far.
Ryan, for you, what do the Rams need to do to stop this run for the Blue Wave and get some points of their own?
Yeah, I mean, they're just giving up too many open looks in the first minute and a half here. You got to close out on the perimeters, let Darien drive in on you, and try and get those tough shots at the basket because you got someone like Natalia Cota in the paint, probably the tallest player out on the floor, so it's already going to make it harder to get those shots over her. But, again, close out on the perimeter, less three-pointers. You got to have that recipe down.
So it'll be, I believe, New Canaan ball coming in. Yes, it will be, with Detmer right next to the scorer's table. This looks like we got a little bit of a spill on the court. Coach Palmer cleaning it up. Still cleaning it up.
Get some music over here.
Yeah. And we're back in play. Here's Detmer on the rebound. She'll give it off to Cota. Cota hands it back off to Detmer on the wing. Lucy Detmer drives baseline. She'll put that one up and just off the mark for the Rams. Hull will give it off to Hamilton. Now inside with Hagney. Hagney, that one off the mark. We've got a jump ball, I believe. That one will stay with the Blue Wave. It's going to be the freshman Nolan back to inbound this one. Nolan out to the corner to Hagney. Hagney back to Nolan. Getting the hot hand, keep it up. That one will fall. The freshman, Mary-Kate Nolan, 9 straight for the Blue Wave. 3 3-pointers in under 2 minutes into the second half. Here's Lucy Detmer driving for the Rams. Detmer goes up. That one gets blocked. Here's Bench settling things down for the Rams. Now Borlotsky up top over to Detmer. And this is a whole new ball game after those 3 threes from Nolan.
And we got a sniper in our midst out here, right coming. No points in that first half. And now 9 points on 3 threes for Nolan.
We got to get down up here.
Here's Lorenz off to Borlotsky from deep. Borlotsky just off the mark with the shot clock winding down. Here's Hagney. She'll settle things down. Hagney out to Nolan.
Oh, no.
Can she do it again? Oh, just off the mark. But they'll put it up, and that's a foul on the Rams. It's going to be Emily Montesano, the sophomore, going to the line for 2. Trying to make it an 11-0 run for the Blue Wave. Montesano at the line for the first of 2. That one up and off the mark, just to the right for the sophomore. Now back to the line to try at 29. This looked like both sides went early on that one.
Might call something here.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think violation on the Rams, and Montesano is going to go back to the line for one more. Montesano, that one is up and good, and we've got a tie game here at New Canaan High School.
10-0 run for the Darien Blue Wave here.
Here's Coda in the middle of the court. That one will go out of bounds. Referee's got his hands up. They're going to give it to the Rams. I think that might basically just count as a jump ball.
Yeah, I don't think he really saw it too well. He kind of deferred it to the other ref, the back judge.
Here's Detmer on the inbound. She'll give it to Lorenz. Now Eliza Lorenz back to Lucy Detmer. Detmer makes a couple of moves, gives it off to Coda, but that pass is intercepted in the paint by Hull. Now the Blue Wave with a chance to take the lead outside. It's Hamilton from deep. That one just off the mark. As Borlotsky comes down with it for New Canaan. Now she'll push the pace and settle things down up top. Now that pass picked up by Coda. And that's going to be not a backcourt violation. As here's Bench. Bench off to Lorenz. Lorenz back up top to Bench. Now Bench's pass to Coda. That one nearly intercepted by Nolan. They're going to get a foul on the freshman, Mary-Kate Nolan.
Getting a little too eager there. She wants to keep scoring.
Yeah.
She's got the hot hand right now. I'm trying to test her luck on the defensive side.
And Owen, if she were to get a fast break, do you think she would stop for 3 and just let one fly?
At this point, I don't know. I mean, you made, I guess not 3 straight, but you've attempted 4. You made 3 of them. You know, I would say in a tie game, you take the points here. I think she's smart enough to know that.
Here's Lorenz up top. Lorenz flips it off to Borlotsky. Borlotsky from deep. That one off the mark once again. As that one brought down by the Blue Wave, it was Montesano, but Lorenz creates a turnover, but they've got to travel on the Rams. This one's going blue. Here's Tess Hagney. She'll give it off to Nolan. The hot hand for the Blue Wave. She'll settle things down up top. Take a screen. Can she do it? No, she cannot. That one off the mark. Coda comes down with the rebound. And Natalia Coda's pass. That one off the mark. And it'll be Blue Wave inbound here in their own end. So we've got some substitutions coming on. It's Lisa Malazzi in place of Natalia Coda. Now up top with Hagney. She'll give it off to Hull. Now in the corner, it was Nolan. Nolan on the drive. That one, almost a snatch block from Borlotsky. As we've got a jump ball, I believe, or maybe out of bounds. Couldn't quite see, but it's a jump ball, and it's going to New Canaan. Here's Lorenz up to Bench. Bench over to Detmer. Detmer up top to Borlotsky. Now on the wing, Lorenz was thinking about a shot. Here's Malazzi underneath to Bench. Mid-range from Lucy Bench. She's got it to break the Darien 10-0 run. Now I think you'd still qualify this as a 10-2 run, but nevertheless, Blue Wave on fire so far, but Bench gets the Rams some points. Their first of the second half. Just about 5 minutes into the half as that layup from Hagney off the mark. Malazzi will come down with it. She'll give it to Detmer. Here's Detmer up top. She'll pull this one out, give it to Lorenz. Lorenz off to Borlotsky. Borlotsky sets her feet. She'll decide to drive. Now give it off to Malazzi in the corner. Mid-range once again from Bench. That one way too strong as it'll go out of bounds. Ref's going to say it's sticking with Darien as Middleton and Dionisio come on for Nolan and Montesano.
Would have liked on that loose ball, Darien, to be more aggressive on the rebound attempt instead of just kind of boxing out. Then it glances off of you and goes out of bounds. New Canaan still with possession.
Here's Lorenz up top. She'll give it out to Detmer. Detmer thinks about a shot. We'll give it off to Bench. Bench on the layup. That one off the mark. Darien will come down with it. It's the captain, Hole. Elise Hole gives it off to Emma Hamilton, the junior. It's Hamilton's pass. Not in arm's reach of Dionisio. It'll be a New Canaan inbound. Borlotsky gives it off to Lorenz. Now Lorenz back to Borlotsky. She'll drive through the lane, draw 3 defenders. She's got to be careful as she'll give it out to Detmer. Detmer with a nice move, and the mid-range off the mark. Malazzi with the putback. That one she can't get to go. And Hole will settle it down, give it off to Hagney for the Blue Wave. Now the shot from deep. That one off the mark from Middleton, but it's kept in by Hagney. Here's Hole driving to the inside. Hole with the shot. That one off the mark. Hagney can't keep it in this time, and it's going to New Canaan.
Yeah, so New Canaan's just got to do some job of stopping, the run. I guess it's still that 10-2 on the momentum charts, but Darien's doing a much better job of just being attacking and being more aggressive. New Canaan's got to figure out a way to stop this.
Here's Bench. Lucy Bench will take her time, give it off to Lorenz. Lorenz will settle things down up top. Just about 90 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's Malazzi on a cut to Detmer. Detmer puts it up, almost gets the and one. But we'll go to the line for 2. However, free throw shooting for the Rams tonight has been very inconsistent.
Big shots here. Got to convert from the charity stripe, try and go up 4.
Yeah, Detmer's got a chance to be the first player in double digits so far tonight.
Detmer puts that one up, and nothing but net for her. She increases the Rams' lead to 3. Still a one-possession game, and from what we've seen from the freshman Mary-Kate Nolan, anything can happen. It's Detmer, the second shot. That one off the mark. It'll be kept in by the Blue Wave. Here's Hole, the captain. She'll give it off to Nolan. Nolan on the wing. She'll drive inside. Try to go up for a layup, but she lost the ball. Here's Hagney. Hagney out to Nolan. Nolan from 3. She's off the mark.
Too strong.
Detmer gets the rebound. She'll give it off to Malazzi. Malazzi will give it back to Detmer. Lucy Detmer out to Malazzi. Now with Lorenz. Lorenz from 3. She'll put that one up and off the mark. Referees will say it's out of bounds. Last touched by the Blue Wave, so New Canaan gets an extra possession here. It'll be Borlotsky on the inbound. Borlotsky finds Bench on the inbound now to Lorenz. Lorenz driving outside to Borlotsky.
Gotta get a smart shot here.
Bench in the post. She'll give it off to Borlotsky. 45 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Darien can't allow a 3 here.
Bench outside. Her pass tipped away by Hole. She was trying to find Borlotsky, but New Canaan will retain possession. Just 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. As the Blue Wave gets some substitutions. Their boys team headed off to the hallway, I believe, to warm up. As of course, this is the first of the 2 doubleheader games, as I was going to say, but Lorenz cut me off with the 3-pointer, now increasing the Rams' lead to 6. Here's Nolan. Mary-Kate Nolan will drive inside. She'll get blocked on that one. His bench gives it out to Borlotsky. Now inside with Malazzi. Malazzi tried to find Detmer. It's Borlotsky. No one can handle it. Now 10 seconds left. Here's Middleton. Nico Middleton
Gotta get a shot
takes
off.
the 3. Now here's Hole. Her shot gets blocked. Sorry for the voice crack. Oh, my gosh. And New Canaan escapes into the end of the quarter with a 6-point lead. After this one was tied for a good bit there at 29.
Yeah.
After the New Canaan 10-point run, New Canaan had a 6-point run of their own. And Owen, Blue Wave down 6, but like they proved, anything can happen. What do you think they need to do here in this fourth quarter to get back into this?
Yeah, well, it was 29-19 to start that third quarter. Now it's 35-29, so a little 10-6 first time out scoring the Rams in a quarter, and they did it quite well, but they came out hot. Of course, it was Mary-Kate Nolan hitting the 3 threes. We saw her struggle from inside that 3-point arc. And Darien just got to close out and play better defense. I said they couldn't allow the 3, and then they allowed the 3 at the very end there. So it's just staying with what's been working, riding the momentum that they have, and just closing out, I think, is a very big thing that they're struggling with. And a lot of the team kind of collapses in when someone drives on the Rams. I think you got to trust your one-on-one defense and not allow that 3 ball.
Yeah, and Ryan, for you, the Rams were on fire in that first quarter, but ever since then, the offense has been a little bit dormant. What do you think they need to do to get back to scoring big numbers in this fourth quarter?
Yeah, just a little more on the transition side of it, because it's too many turnovers right now. You know, back and forth passes are just constantly getting stolen. So, you know, you got to establish a nice offensive rhythm, get some good possessions going, and eventually, you know, you get those drives to the rims, get some of those shots going on. But until then, you got to keep it under control.
So it'll be the Blue Wave to start with it. Here's the captain, Hagney. She'll give it in to Nolan as the Rams look to get a little bit of a press, and the handoff between Nolan and Hagney cannot be converted as Hagney boots that one out of bounds.
Yeah, you can tell that was a play drawn up by Coach Runis coming out into the fourth quarter, and just a little bounce pass that hit Hagney below where she had her hands ready for it.
Here's Detmer trying to break the press from the Blue Wave. She will. She'll drive inside. Little hop step. Give it outside. Now Lorenz from 3 off the mark. It'll be Hamilton who comes down with it. She'll settle things down. Give it off to Nolan. Now here's Hagney. Tess Hagney defended by Lorenz. Now the deep shot from Hamilton. That one just off the mark. Fight for the rebound. It'll come down with Lorenz. Here's Bench. Back to Lorenz. Now up top with Detmer. Detmer drives inside, gives it out to Bench. Now Borlotsky. Borlotsky drives. She'll kick it out to Bench. Bench, her shot off the mark. Now we've got a tie-up. This one is going to the Rams. They'll maintain possession. Good job by Bench to capitalize off the miss. She was trying to get the rebound. Couldn't get in there in time, but able to create the jump ball, which is just as good as one in this sense.
Great physicality there.
It's outside with Malazzi. She'll take her time, give it out to Lorenz. Now with Borlotsky in the corner. Borlotsky thought about a shot for a second. Now here's Detmer up top. Detmer gives it out to Borlotsky. Borlotsky from 3. That one! Nothing but net. Once again, Sabrina Borlotsky, the sophomore, increases the Rams' lead to 9.
Yeah, she had a couple nice threes in the first half. Quieting down a little bit in the second half till that one.
Here's Hagney up top. Tess Hagney will give it out to Nolan. Nolan's pass got deflected, but Blue Wave will get it back, but that's a travel on the captain, Elise Hole. And it'll be New Canaan ball. Here's Lorenz up to Bench. Bench surveys her options. Give it back to Lorenz. Lorenz to Borlotsky on the wing. Now Bench at the top of the key. She'll take her time, give it to Detmer in the post. Detmer through some contact, unable to get anything. Here's Hagney trying to push. And she'll settle it down, take her time, get through a screen. As her pass got a little bit deflected. They'll say last touched by Malazzi, and it'll be a Darien inbound.
New Canaan on a 9-0 run here. And this is not where Darien wanted to go once they tied it up. Got to keep the foot on the gas, and they've really slowed down here.
Here's Hamilton out to Hagney. Now back with Hagney. She'll go up. That one off the mark, but they'll get a shooting foul on the Rams. So 2 shots for the captain, Hagney, with 5.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. Blue Wave now down by 9. They need a little bit of a miracle run like they had to start off the second half. First shot up and good from the captain, Tess Hagney. Puts the Blue Wave into the 30s on the scoreboard. Hagney, second of 2. That one up and off the mark. It'll be Bench who grabs the rebound. So an 8-point lead for the Rams as they bring it down the court. Here's Lorenz. Back to Borlotsky now with Bench. Malazzi up top. She tries to find Lorenz underneath, but that one will be out of bounds as Borlotsky drains the 3 after the whistle. Just unfortunate for the Rams.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's like butter on the shot, but, you know, not butter on the floor.
But, you know, yeah. Here's a driving Elise Hole. She'll go down.
Yikes.
Almost slide canceled there. Here's Detmer. Out to the corner with Borlotsky. Borlotsky through some traffic. They've got a foul on Hole, the captain. So you've got a substitution coming on as Natalie Brooks, the freshman, in place of Emma Hamilton, the junior. Here's Borlotsky on the inbound.
See if we
Trying
get
to
a good
find
blob.
Detmer, but no one's home. And now it's Lorenz up top. That one was getting close to 5 seconds. As here's Bench off to Detmer. Detmer will settle it down up top. Give it out to Lorenz. Lorenz now drives inside, tries to kick it out to Bench in the post. She'll put that one up off the mark from the junior Lucy Bench. Now going the other way. It's Avery Capola. Capola driving inside. She'll kick it out, try and find Hagney. That one last touch by Lorenz, and it'll be Blue Wave ball once again. Hagney gives it up top to Capola. Capola back to Tess Hagney. She'll settle things down. She'll let one rip from outside. That one just off the mark. It's Malazzi on the rebound for the Rams. She'll give it to Borlotsky as New Canaan looks to push the pace. Here's Sabrina Borlotsky. She'll pull this one out, give it off to Detmer up top. Detmer shakes and bakes. She'll put that one up on the floater off the mark. Now trying to give it out to Borlotsky as Detmer comes in with a little bit of Jose Alvarado.
New
The
Nick.
steal from behind. Yeah, brand new. If only he was from Villanova, but can't call him a Nova Nick as Hagney puts that one up and in. Now just a 6-point lead for the Rams.
It's Tess Hagney's first field goal in this game. Senior captain, definitely an off game for her. See if she can come up clutch in these final minutes.
So we've got a foul on the floor. And it'll be the Rams to inbound it. 3.5 minutes left to go. in regulation. New Canaan leads by 6. I think we've got a timeout coming from Coach Runes. Finally, she was asking for it for quite a while there. And finally got it. And, I mean, Owen, 6-point deficit, nothing the Blue Wave can't come back from. What do you think they got to do to conduct some more offense here and get back into this one?
Yeah, I mean, they love their three-pointers. I think they're really going to go that route. That's definitely going to be the first option. Obviously, if it's not open, then I'm sure that Coach Runes will have a strategy for getting inside of the paint, finishing at the rim. Tess Hagney just did a good job of it there, and I think that all starts with really the captains, Tess Hagney shooting the 3-ball, along with Elise Hull getting right underneath the cup, and Darienne's got to finish strong. They've had trouble closing out quarters, and there's no bigger quarter than this one, obviously, with a deficit of 6 points with 3.5 to go.
And Ryan, the Rams, they've been very streaky tonight, having some good offense, some good defense, but also moments of bad offense and bad defense. What do you think they got to do to kind of close out this game?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, you just gotta stay sane here. 3.5 minutes left to go. You can't give up anything big, especially no three-pointers. You know, when Darien went on that huge run, it was because of those threes and open threes at that. As another spillage on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on right there. That
Leaky
spot.
water bottle, I guess,
Yeah.
from the Rams.
Creaky floorboards.
Maddie has those, right?
What?
So here's Lorenz up top. Lorenz from deep. That one off the mark. Both sides battle for the rebound. It'll find its way back out to Lorenz. Now bench at the top of the key. Here's Detmer. Detmer out to Lorenz. Lorenz from 3. Once again, that one off the mark. But Malazzi on the putback. She's got it. Lisa Malazzi, the gritty offensive rebound. As here's Capola. She'll bring it up. Kick it back out to Natalie Brooks. Now here's Hagney. She'll give this one to Capola. Capola will drive inside, trying for the layup. She can't get it. Hagney gets the rebound.
Good save.
Sends it out to the freshman Brooks. Now it's Hull up top. She'll settle things down. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Blue Wave got to act fast. Here's Hagney down the lane. She tries to draw some contact, but that one's just blocked. As here's Detmer going the other way. Her layup is off the mark. It's Malazzi out to Borlotsky, and Borlotsky hits the 3 from the wing. And that one might do it in for the Blue Wave, as now a 10-point deficit with 2 minutes left. Never say never, but they're going to need nothing short of a miracle, as it starts right there. Elise Hull with the layup. Now just an 8-point deficit for the Blue Wave. Borlotsky will drive inside, kick it out to Detmer. That one looked like a travel for a second, but the referees won't call it. Here's Lorenz up top, defended by Hagney. Now to bench. Now cutting Detmer outside. Malazzi, and Malazzi hits the mid-range. We've got a timeout coming from the Blue Wave with 1:48 left to go here in the fourth quarter. An 11-point lead for the Rams.
That's tough. Darien, like I said, gotta close out quarters, and obviously when you're down, you gotta hold the other team, and the closeouts have been slow, and the rebounding especially. They've been allowing way too many offensive rebounds for their opponent, and obviously they're gonna score off of it. You know, it's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back eventually, and it's coming through now.
And Owen, the Blue Wave need some more three-pointers. I mean, down 11.
Yeah.
Who do you think they'll turn to get these? You think they're hoping for another miracle run from the freshman Nolan? Or?
I think that's definitely a possibility. We're going to see. I know Coach Runes is drawing up that perfect play right now. They took the full timeout, so we got a little more time to talk about it. But Tess Hagney's always the go-to option. I mean, she hasn't hit a three-pointer, but that's usually the long ball threat. Emma Hamilton as well has 2 threes on the night, but it's been Mary-Kate Nolan who is shooting the lights out, but hasn't hit it from deep since early in that third quarter. But I think they're going to send out a 3-point shooting lineup here, and they do have Hamilton, Hagney, and Nolan all out there.
So it'll be Nolan to inbound it for the Blue Wave. 1:48 remain in This fourth quarter of action. Here's Hagney. She'll try and give it to Hamilton. That one last touched by, they'll say, I believe, Detmer. And the New Canaan coaches are not delighted with that call. As in the corner now, it's Hagney. She'll draw some contact and go to the line for 2. Trying to cut the New Canaan lead to just 9 now with these 2 free throws. There's minute 33 remain in regulation. As we have the Blue Wave varsity team next to us, of course, this being the first of 2 in a doubleheader between the Rams and the Wave.
Yeah, it's really the only time both the boys and girls teams travel together.
Yeah. It was the same case last year. I like how they do it for the rivalries because it brings the same atmosphere and everyone's always there.
Yep.
Here's Hagney for the second of 2. That one off the mark. Bench will get the rebound. There's Darien in the press. They'll steal it. It's Hull. Hull looks inside, but that one taken away by Detmer. We got a foul on the Blue Wave. That's their 3rd team foul.
Yeah, it was a good steal from Hull, but she was late to see Brooks standing right underneath the basket. She gets it to her earlier. You know, it's a high chance for a bucket.
Here's Detmer moving inside. She'll pull it out. Give it to Lorenz. Lorenz will be fouled by Nolan. Now 4 team fouls for the Blue Wave. 1 more and the Rams will go into the bonus. Double bonus, which isn't such a bad thing if you're Darien at this point.
Yeah.
It'll be Borlotsky to inbound. She'll give it off to Detmer. Detmer will fake a pass, give it off to Borlotsky. There's Sabrina Borlotsky settling things down. She'll try to drive inside, kick it out to Malazi. Now Malazi, her pass gets to Coda in the paint through some traffic as we got a foul on the Blue Wave. And 2 shots coming up for Sabrina Borlotsky. Now that the Rams are in the double bonus. Call it the double bonus, but there really is no single bonus in high school now.
Yeah.
After the rule changed a couple years ago. 5 fouls in a quarter and versus, what was it, 10.5? I think it was 10 to get to the double bonus,
It was
right?
7 for
7
one bonus,
for the single bonus.
10 for the double, yeah.
Here's Borlotsky. She'll put it up and through. She'll go 1 for 2 from the line. Now the Blue Wave down by 11. It'll be Hamilton from deep. Hamilton puts one up, and she'll get it to drop. Emma Hamilton. The Blue Wave need nothing short of a miracle, but that's where it starts as Borlotsky off to Malazi. Malazi underneath. She'll put it up and in. Lisa Malazi having a career night, the senior. Making some big-time plays as driving inside. It's Hull, her layup off the mark. It'll be Borlotsky to settle things down. Give it off to Detmer. Now just 15 seconds left. As Nolan maybe trying to foul. Can't tell if she is or not. As Borlotsky will settle things down up top. Hagney still not conceding defeat, but that will do it here from the New Canaan High School Gymnasium. And the Rams of New Canaan High School beat their rival, the Darien Blue Wave. This big-time matchup in the state. This one big, like we mentioned at the top, for FCIAC and state rankings and just even making those playoffs respectively. And now we're on to the boys after for the second of this doubleheader. But Owen, for the girls of Darien, you know, they played a tough game. They were in it even in the 3rd quarter, but just couldn't get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, give credit to New Canaan as well. They understood what happened in the 3rd quarter. They adjusted, and they came out firing. They hit the threes when they needed to. They got the rebounds when they needed to, and that's something that Darien needed to work on and needs to work on throughout the course of this game, throughout the next couple games in the final, waning moments of the season. I thought that they shot the 3 ball very well, obviously. Both sides did, and they might have found a new budding star in the face of Mary Kate Nolan. So that's someone to look out for. Darien should be happy with the adjustments they made coming out of half. They just have to adjust without that longer break throughout the course of those following quarters.
And Ryan, I mean, the Rams played phenomenal. A big win against your rival. Now a winning record at 8-7, a 3-game win streak. What do you think the Rams should carry over into their next games?
Yeah, I mean, I think with what we saw tonight from Lisa Malazzi, especially, senior, doesn't really score too many points. And then tonight, you mentioned it, PJ, kind of the breakout game, the career night for her. I'll tell you, New Canaan's looking pretty good on this win streak now. It wasn't the best start to the season, but these last couple weeks, they've definitely picked it up intensity-wise. And you kind of let the good times roll, if you will. If you can keep this winning streak going, this could be a dangerous team to face towards the end of the season.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, this is the first of 2 doubleheader games between the Rams and the Waves. So the New Canaan and Darien boys squads taking the court here, as this was a phenomenal game. And if that's a sign of things to come for this one, we're in for a great night here. And of course, this broadcast with NCTV and DAF Media, we couldn't do it without our crew behind the scenes. We got a big slew of people over there. Let me see if I can get some eyes on everyone. We got Joshua, our producer. We've got some TV Oneers helping out. I think we got the GOAT Skandar. We got Nikki. Looks like Nick P, the one who gets great interviews.
Yeah, he does.
Also over there.
We got Cameron Bish from DAF Media operating our main cam.
Yeah, I think Avery Jakovic, Lucas Azzo Party. He's got a hockey game later. Good luck to you, Lucas. Then I think that's it. I think we got also Damian Andrew and Mr. Roman Sobolski, the 2 phenomenal advisors. So we thank you all for joining us here on NCTV and DAF Media. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the boys game coming up for you in just about 37 minutes. So thank you all for joining us, and we're going to send it to sponsors.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Are you planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletics